It's time for another keyboard unboxing, and this time around we have the Ducky One X, which is actually a pretty special release for them because it's the very first inductive keyboard in the world, as they're calling it. Basically, it's a special type of analog switch, which, if you're interested in how exactly it works, here's all the boring technical stuff. Or if you're a nerd like me, all the super interesting technical stuff. What it all means is that you should be able to type with a lot more comfort and accuracy, and it has a few other aces up its sleeve, like being able to change the actuation point. But let's just open it all up and see what the keyboard itself looks like. Now, it is available in both black and white, as well as in full size and 60% variants. But because I consider 60% keyboards to not be real keyboards, I of course had to go for the full size one, which I gotta say, now that I look at it for the first time, looks pretty classy. Let's take a closer look at it, starting off with the weight, and it is about 1.6, almost 1.7 kilos. So definitely not as heavy as the one from Echo we tried a while back. I do very much like the aesthetic of it. It's very much not overdone. It isn't as fancy as some of those crazy keyboard designs you see, but it is very professional, apart from just a nice little cheeky touch of a bright orange enter button right there. If we take a closer look at the back here, you can run this thing several different ways. The dongle is actually included right here in a slot, which is a very, very nice touch. It isn't an actual USB port. It is literally just somewhere to hold an actual adapter for when you're traveling around the keyboard. Here you have a Bluetooth versus wireless switch right here, and then also just USB if you set it in the middle. As you probably saw, it does run via USB Type-C, and if I'm not mistaken, if we look inside all of the accessories here, we are going to find a Type-C cable. Yep, there it is. It is a nice graded one as well, so bonus points there. And as far as other included goodies are concerned, you also get this mystery package of something. It is right, okay. Oh, it's just the Ducky logo, but 3D, which just looks super weird. And it's just a tiny brush to clean your keyboard, okay. I was super confused there for a second, and then just is this literally just, it is. They thought of everything. It is a nice little stand where you can put, somewhere on your desk, and boom, it just stores your little keyboard brush. I really love all the small touches here, and I'm kind of annoyed at the same time because you guys don't tune into my videos to hear me be positive about stuff. You want me to rant about stuff, but I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll find something to rant about in a second. You also just have a key pillar right here with just the Ducky logo, and also what's this? Ooh, a spacebar. You know how I said earlier that the keyboard is nice, classy, but with just a bit of orange pizzazz. Well, if you want to go a bit further in that direction, it's also this dragon spacebar you can add in. I can't see it matching the rest of the theme too much, but again, if you just want a bit of extra spice on your keyboard, then go for it. And if you want even more, look at this. You have this entire bright orange set right here that matches that enter key, as well as a regular black enter key if you don't tolerate any of that colored nonsense and you want to be like my wardrobe, entirely black. There it is, the RGB is up, and as far as the actual typing experience, it is weird because it is a analog switch, and also I'm not really used to these kind of, softer switches. It almost feels, I'm not going to say membrane, but it's a lot softer than you would expect from a mechanical switch. But again, the big point of it is that you can just adjust it. And what you're seeing right now is the software to drive this thing. Well, I say software, it isn't actually something you have to install. Thankfully, it's not yet another app from yet another manufacturer you need for just one single thing. It is literally just a web browser, and it just accesses your keyboard that way, and as you can see, we can just do all our customization here. So if we go into RGB over here, I don't know, let's make it nice and purple to match the channel, I guess. Or we can be a bit more creative with all of the effects here, maybe like a nice purple ripple effect, something like that, I don't know. So now if I press down on it, ooh, look at that, how fancy is that, huh? But of course the main thing is the actuation settings. Is it just as simple as, I don't know, dragging this all the way down? Look at that, look how far I have to go for the ripple effect to actually start. And then if I go all the way up, like I just barely press it and the effect goes. That is actually so trippy, that's so cool. You can just customize the actuation point just like that, huh? It also means that the typing experience of this keyboard is kind of difficult to judge. I mean, it's nice, But again, because of the amount of customization, it's going to be slightly different for every person depending on how you like to type when you're, say, making documents or when you're gaming. It is going to be a bit different. And of course, it has all of the other theoretical advantages of having an analog switch, like being able to just slightly press down a key and have something just slightly happen in a game, but we aren't really at that stage yet. We aren't seeing that kind of gameplay yet. But give it a couple of months and some experimental in the game will include analog keyboard inputs for something. Meaning that overall, as hard as I'm trying to find stuff to complain about when it comes to this keyboard right here, I'm kind of having a hard time. Well, I can complain about the price, seeing how it is $180 for the full-size version, or $140 for the 60%er, which is, you know, kind of a lot. But keep in mind the kind of customization you get with it. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to you if that kind of feature set is something you really want to spend that much money on. If you do, then our links to it will be down in the video description below, where you also can find our Patreon, which, unlike some of the stuff we unbox here, is always worth it. Plus, huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ella Vroniak, Banish Roker, Patrick Harrison, not a pseudonym, like Sumner Shane Allcroft, and Level Up. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.